This is for you, but
Alright, so we're doing the Monarch profile. I went to Vegas for a tournament and I was tied for 4th, 5th, and 6th because we went on a draw. But I was top 5 in the tournament out of 14 people, but that's pretty awesome because I went against, there was Pedro Magicians and some pretty good decks out. I went 2-1-1. Thought the last match I could have won. Could have been 4th, 3rd, but top 5 Monarch deck profile. Okay, folks? Alright, so. No, not too far. You've seen YouTube videos.
Right,
Okay?
right.
Now we're on 3 of Heavenly Squire, or whatever her name is. Basically, what she does is she special summons these folks in defense position, and they will let you tribute summon additional. This card will let me OTK and will let me use Erebus twice, which I've done in the match for in a tournament, and drop their hand from 5 cards to 3 cards. And the last level 2 monster I run, this card is basically the same thing as this. It's just this card has came into clutch because when I was dueling and I had a level 8 monster in the Monarch field spell, all I needed to do is special summon it, activate field spell, level 6, tribute it, bam. So she came so many clutches. I needed her. Definitely leaving her after the tournament. So definitely awesome card. Okay.
Good shit.
Next we run 3 of the level 8 monsters, Erebus, and the one that's a 1 for a reason. Now, this card I used a lot in the tournament over all the other Monarchs because she composed, a lot of cards that cannot be destroyed, cannot be targeted, cannot be destroyed by card effect, etc., etc. I used him a lot, and he got me out of so many situations, plus the hand. So, now I use him during the main phase always. I normally won't tribute summon her in the tournament. I didn't because she combos really good. So let's say I go Erebus, main phase, end phase, my opponent goes, sets 2, about to explode, and you can tell the deck's about to explode, chain, crash, and ruin their plays. Because
Could you show them how that play works?
it's very easy.
Not everybody is a beginner.
I'll show them later on. I'll show them
Right
in
on.
the deck profile, okay?
Sounds juicy.
So these are level 8s. He will let you send any card from the field, deck, or graveyard back to the deck. Just drop 2 Spell Trap with different name Monarchs. She drops 2 Spell Trap Monarchs from her deck as well, but special summons, and then you can use this guy's effect.
Which is what?
You destroy 2 cards on the field.
Bam!
And it says you cannot use for you cannot attack when this card's effect is used. Well, even better, like you're gonna attack either way. So she's really, really good.
And is it all in your opponent's turn?
Yes, and then some of them will think, hey, it's supposed to be my turn. This is your turn. All right. Now for my 2 Monarchs to pop, essentially, it's these 2. Obviously for back row, clutch many times. Dark Magicians, first match when I beat, and Caress. So obviously for her mainly. You don't really want to draw into him, but if you do, it's definitely not the end of the world. Definitely not the end of the world. Okay? And the last Monarch that I run, how do you say his name? Stratos, whatever his face is. He is really good. Basically, you look at your opponent's hand, so there's a hand advantage, and then if you discard a monster to the graveyard, you drop, for each level that he has, he takes 200 life points to the face of your opponent. So she's really, really good, especially if I'm about to go TK and I want to make sure there's no battle fighter, etc. Bam. And sometimes in the match I didn't pull it off, but if I did, I could have took out Blossom, etc. If they didn't, or definitely a Blossom bait. There you go. That's what she really is, or he. God damn it, it's he. Now, for the last monster lineup, Vanity's Fiend. She is perfect and will stay in this deck. I might run them at 3. I have a third one, but we'll see how that goes. But this card is really good because my last match was against Pelgium's, whatever. This guy was exploding. And second round, literally, she was the only one on field. He literally had a hard time. I basically beat him. He literally tried doing combos, ruined his deck how it's supposed to perform, and I beat him because of this card. And Lights Warrants, round match 2 that I beat, 2-0, because of her too. Very awesome card. Especially when I'm about to go to K and I can tribute summon again because of this card. So I'll tribute, you know, bam, field spell effect. Let's say this guy. Usually I'll have a field like this all the time. You know, it's meat stick, can't spell summon, so it's very, very awesome. I might bump it up to 3. So those are my monster lineups.
And the deck he faced was an FTK Magicians.
Yes.
Pendulum.
Yes.
Which is pretty good, they're topping.
Next, 3 field spells. Basically, she does for 2800 attack and 1000 defense. You could drop the level 8 monster to level 6, and that means you could summon for 1 tribute, which is the obvious of this field spell. And when I attack, I gain an extra 800 attack during damage calculation, which helps out tremendously because if they have monsters, it'll be like, all right, you take an extra 8 anyways. And the best part is your opponents cannot spell something from the extra deck, which is amazing, which is mainly why I top 5 in the last tournament and won some packs. Next, 3 tendencies of the Monarchs. Obvious, you reveal a monster with 2400 attack, 1000 defense with 2800 attack, and you get get any Spell Trap Monarch from your deck to your hand. Any. So basically you want to go after Patheism or Stand Forth, etc. or any card that you need at that time. Next, 2 Domain of the March of the Monarchs. Very, very good card. Now, combo with this, with the field spell, yeah, tough luck.
Here's a question, sir. Why would you not run that card at 3? It cannot be destroyed by or card by any card effects. Wouldn't it be good at 3?
It would be good at 3, but I don't run it at 3 because obviously a top 5, but mainly because if you do it at 3, basically in this deck it was too hard what to take out and what to add for this deck. It was way too hard. Way too hard. Like, I run 1 Solemn, which you guys are about to see, but I try adding 2 Solemns in my deck. I could not do it. I try adding, obviously, Reborn for, you know, obviously, but I could not add it to this deck. The only way I could add a third one is running it at 41 card deck. If I want to add these, I have to bump it up to 44 card deck. Just comment below how I could add these guys in because I really wanted to, but just 2 March of the Monarchs. Came in clutch. Obviously, Tenacity will be, if you really need them at that time, bam. And mainly, I pretty much drew in every round, so I really didn't need it, you know. So I'm good. For the last Monarch spells, Patheism, Stand Forth, obvious. She tribute summon, she'll get over anything, Beazle, etc., which is pretty spectacular. And your draw power and to banish for you to add. You reveal 3 Spell Trap Monarchs from your deck, and your opponent picks 1 to your hand. Mainly, what you want to do, pop 3 of these, and let's say I really want the field spell, so literally I'll just bam. So you'll do this. Your opponent's obviously gonna be like, okay, bam. So you get your tree either way. That's why you run these at 3. Okay. Next, 1 Return of the Monarchs. Came in clutch too many times. During the tournament, a lot of cards were set. I just kept popping. My opponents were looking at the card like, what? So basically, control tribute summon monster, activate pop, graveyard. Let's say this is your graveyard. Banish, pop again. Just like that. 1 Foolish Burial Goods, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 for 1, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, and the 1 Regeki. For Regeki is spectacular. It was a hard time for me to add Regeki into this deck as it was, but she had to be in the deck. Alright, now for my trap lineup.
That's a nice mat you got there, broski.
That's yours.
Wind up mats. That's good.
Okay, so now for the traps. 2 at the prime of the Monarch. I was running them at 3, was good at 3, but it gets cloggy, you draw into them, and it's probably the worst timing to draw into them, especially first hand. You actually want them in the grave, you know, so. But during the tournament, I was going against Lights Warrens, and they were running, whatever that spell card is, where you draw one, discard one, and so I drew into them, and I was like, okay, grave, and I was like, okay, that's awesome, that's exactly what I wanted. Mainly, this deck's anti-meta, so that card was supposed to do is ruin other people's plays, your other opponents, you know, especially FTK decks, but not me. I wanted my shit engraved, so it was awesome. He helped me out a lot. Alrighty, next, the last trap Monarch, the Monarch Erupt. Once I get a second one, I will run him at 2. He's basically skill drain. As long as you control a 2b7 monster, your opponent can activate card effects. And also, if you read this carefully, let's say I have him on field and my opponent dark holes my field. During the end of my end phase, if I don't control a 2b7 monster, then he goes. I thought he went away right away, you know, but it's during the end phase of my turn, so it's pretty awesome. Skill drain on deck. I love it. Next, the Heavy Storm. Basically, just pop their back rows. Is basically what it is. If they have any cards I need to get out. Pretty much. Now for the Solemn Engine, that's it. No, I'm just kidding. Solemn Strike, Solemn Warning, and Solemn Judgment. It's the last trap lineup. Obviously, I tried running at 3, plus these 2, could not do it. My deck was slower. I couldn't. So if you folks know how to, you know, add Solemn Strikes in the deck, go for it. Show me how you guys do it. Or comment your YouTube channels, subscribe to each other, like and comment, and I'll do the same. And no, don't run him. I could not run this guy. I don't need to, pretty much. I tried running these folks. I tried running these 3 as much as I could. I couldn't do it. It wasn't the same.
You couldn't do it, bro, huh? Could not do
it. This is the perfect traps right here. This is what you want. So that's basically my Monarch Profile Top 5 tournament from Las Vegas.
Is there any combos you want to show, bro?
No. I mean, basically, there's not really combos. I mean, just pop this guy out as fast as you can first round, and you're good to go, you know? Unless you're running against another Monarch player, then it's not really good to go. But that's my profile, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and have a beautiful day.